Hi, this is Josephine, and today I wanted to share a rather sparkly Christmas card with you. And I directly jump in and start with die cutting the background panel with the Cat Scrappiness embossed nested die, and then using that background piece for the Nouveau Glimmer paste in emerald green to create the background with the stencil from Echo Park. And you can see I'm scraping it very thin on top of the stencil. So it's really easy to get it on there. It's really, really smooth to scrape it through the stencil. And I'm just making sure here that I really get every white space and that everything is covered in the nice and sparkly green. And then I put it aside to dry. This stuff dries rather quickly, so it's not a big thing. Takes maybe half an hour and then everything is fine. Now I'm taking the Nordic Christmas Santa's Helper stamp, and I love the kind of goofy looking reindeer with Santa. They are really unique, and I'm using those as my focal image for the card. I'm coloring the entire image with Copic markers, and as you can see, I'm blending in the numbers that I used. If you like to, you feel free to watch the coloring. It is a little longer because it is a rather big image. If you want to skip the coloring, it ends at about minute 6:42, so you can do that too. And before you get sick of me talking the entire time, I just stop now for the coloring part and turn on some music. As you can see, I'm not too concerned about coloring over the lines here because I'm cutting it out with my Scan and Cut later on. And you can always cover some little oopsies with a white gel pen on the side, and that's what I did there too. So I die cut the Merry Christmas, it's a Cat Scrappiness brush script die, and cover that in Versamark ink. So just dip it right in there, and I had to fix the Christmas a little bit later on. And then cover it with a Nuvo embossing powder. And for my card here, I'm using the black with the sparkle. I think it's called something with noir. And then heat emboss it, and to not destroy my craft mat that I have underneath my brown mat there, because that would start warping when I zap the heat directly on it, I just use a regular cork thing that you would use in the kitchen to put a hot pan on it or something. Super easy. And that makes it much easier to heat emboss scripts like that, because I can't hold them, then I have my fingers in the stuff, and I can't with the tweezers, I can't hold it either. It starts bending when I start heating it, and then the powder never melts. So it's just a huge mess. And I found this solution in a different video from a different YouTuber, and I really liked it, and it works perfectly fine. So no warping of my craft mat anymore. Everything gets heat embossed, everything is fine, and everything is glittery at the end in that case. So now I started assembling my card. As you can see here, I die cut the Santa and his reindeer with my Scan and Cut, and then I'm trying to find a nice background paper, and I'm using a paper pad from Echo Park, and it's called Deck the Halls, and I'm trying to decide if I use a green one or a red one, and decide for a green with a slight pattern in the background. Just cutting it to the same size as my card base, adhering it, and I like to started using liquid glue because you can move stuff around, because I'm known for adhering stuff crooked, so I kind of moved away a little bit from my ATG gun here, but liquid glue is perfectly fine. So I'm just putting everything together. Santa needs a lot of adhesive because you need that for if you want to adhere something onto the Nuvo Glimmer paste, because it's like all wonky and wobbly and everything. And then I decided to pop up the Merry Christmas with some foam tape. So I'm cutting like itty bitty teeny tiny pieces that I then stick onto the Merry Christmas, like all over the place, so it's nice and safe and doesn't smoosh in the mail if I mail it later on. And then I just put everything on there. Excuse me. Add the script on there. The Merry covers the reindeer a little bit, but I think that just adds to the card itself. And then I'm done. And there you have my Christmas card with a lot of sparkle from the Nuvo Glimmer Paste and the Nuvo Embossing Powder. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And then I see you on my next video. Bye!